Hello, my dear ones. Today I will explain about 20 techniques how to be tolerant about uncertainty. Life is uncertain and the beauty lies in the uncertainty. Some people are okay with the uncertainty while some are not. Whosoever are not okay with the uncertainty, they overthink, worry a lot, they feel anxious, distressed, paralyzed because they don't know the outcome and they feel lots of anxiety. They get stuck into the obsessive loop. And even then, they feel helpless because they can't make everything certain. So they keep feeling anxious, and day by day, they program themselves to be more intolerant about uncertainty. So, this is a solution oriented video because it will train your mind to be tolerant about uncertainty. So, I recommend to watch this video till end and please share this video with others as well. Now, before I start, I want you to download my mobile app. Just type my name. You will find my mobile app, download it, and do the breath work and meditation daily. Now, let's begin. So, today I'm talking about intolerance of uncertainty. So, as I told you, that it is a tendency to feel anxious, distressed, paralyzed when outcomes are unclear. And people with intolerance of uncertainty often try to control. They predict, they avoid uncertain situation, or they seek reassurance, or they adopt some safety behaviors just to make everything certain. But they fail and they feel more anxious and they got stuck into the obsessive loop. So now it's time to break that obsessive loop and learn how to tolerate the uncertainty. So the first technique is recognize the pattern. Notice when uncertainty triggers anxiety or overthinking, because when you are aware about your patterns, so you can easily handle them. For example, you keep checking if your message was read. Realize this is your fear of not knowing the outcome. And when you catch your fear that you are fearful of not knowing the outcome, it feels really easy to stop yourself. Next is label the feeling, not the fact. Say, I'm feeling uncertain instead of something bad will happen. This is a kind of declaration that you are declaring something, that something is really going to happen and that will happen in bad way. So you're not supposed to declare this thing. Just say, I'm feeling uncertain, I'm feeling fearful, I'm feeling anxious. Just label your feeling. For example, before an exam result, tell yourself, I feel uneasy because I don't know yet, and that's okay because you really don't know the outcome, the result. So it's okay to feel a little anxious, but you're not supposed to declare it in this way that I'm going to fail. No. If you state this, that I'm going to fail, that will make you more anxious. So stop declaring the outcome. Just simply say, I'm curious, I'm anxious, or I'm fearful about the outcome. And I'm okay with this, that I don't know the outcome. Now, the third one is practice maybe thinking. So, replace I must know with maybe it will, maybe it won't, but I can handle the both. Because when you use this maybe or may not be mantra, so you feel really easy. And just train your brain that I'm okay with the both. For example, maybe my friend is upset with me. Maybe she is just busy. I will deal with it when I know it. So, when I will know why she was not talking to me, I will handle the situation. So, train on daily basis to bear the uncertainty. Next is accept that certainty is a myth. It's very true. Certainty is a myth. Remind yourself that life is uncertain for everyone. Control is an illusion. Mark this, that control is an illusion and life is really uncertain for everyone. Some people easily, happily embrace the uncertainty. But if you are the one who don't embrace the uncertainty, then you are living in an illusion that some fine day you will control everything. No, you won't be able to control. You have to live with the uncertainty. You need to accept the uncertainty, just embrace it and go with the flow of life. For example, you can't be 100% sure your flight will land safely, yet you still travel. And it happens with all of us. So when we travel, so we simply assume for the good. We expect the good scenarios that we will land safely. But there is uncertainty also. So you need to train your brain to face the uncertainty. So this will happen by simply training yourself through small daily activities. Now the next technique is delay reassurance seeking. Postpone asking for certainty or checking for answers. If you have an urge, just don't go and ask, don't go and check. Simply bear that feeling and let the time pass. You will notice after some time that feeling will gradually go down and you will feel normal. For example, if you habitually check your health symptoms online, delay by 30 minutes, over time the urge weakens. Next technique is use the worst case, best case and most likely technique. So balance your mind by listing all possible outcomes. For example, worst, my client won't like my presentation. If you have to give a presentation to your client, just the worst is your client won't like the presentation. Best is they will love it. And most likely they will appreciate with a few changes. And that is really possible because we all, think, okay, the best result we should get. Sometimes it's possible, naturally comes, but most of the time, the most likely scenarios we get, like they will appreciate it, might be with few changes. So this is more practical thinking. So when you train your brain to think practically, you you know how to handle the uncertainty where there's ambiguity. So you know how to handle it. Next is exposure to uncertainty. So gradually train your brain to face the uncertainty through exposures. Do small experiments that involve uncertainty. For example, don't double check a locked door once. You have locked and you are not sure even, but your eyes saw that, you heard the sound of locking the door. Go with that confidence that I have logged it properly. Even then, your mind is compelling you to recheck, but don't double check. Just be confident. Just allow yourself to bear this uncertainty. And another example is send a message and resist checking if they have read it or not. So just resist the urge to check or to reassure. This will build your confidence and you will be able to bear the uncertainty. Next is build uncertainty tolerance jar. Note each time you tolerate not knowing. Mark this. You need to note every effort when you hold that urge, when you face that uncertainty of not knowing, add a bead or coin to a jar. So just take a jar and label it, this is my uncertainty jar. And every time you control yourself, just drop a coin. So for example, if I didn't check my phone for 2 hours, add one coin. This visual progress builds confidence. Because visually when you will see that in my jar, I have already 10 coins, 20 coins, that will give you confidence. And you will be able to resist yourself from checking or ruminating about the future. Next is use self-soothing statements. Calm the nervous system with compassionate words. Sometimes we become so self-critical, we abuse literally ourselves. So you need to be very compassionate. Just say something which is really very soothing. So, for example, You can say, I have handled uncertainty before, I can handle it again. Or I am enough strong to handle the uncertainty, I'm capable. And whenever something will happen, I'm enough mature and confident I will handle it. Or even if I don't know how to handle it, I will take the help or I will learn the ways how to handle it beautifully, gracefully. So say something which really comfort you. So this way you tell your brain that you are important and you are not going to torture yourself. Next is limit over planning. So reasonable planning is fair enough. But when you start over planning, again you are seeking for certainty. So plan your life, plan your actions, plan your like efforts. Just don't worry about the outcomes. Just plan what is in your control, but avoid over planning, because over planning also another way of seeking certainty. So plan only what's necessary, not every possible outcome. For example, instead of planning 5 backups outfit for a trip, just pick 2 and go with it. Next is journal your triggers. Write down what situation make you crave certainty. For example, when my boss doesn't reply to email, I fear I did something wrong. So when you journal your triggers, you become aware about your triggers. And initially, when you expose to your triggers, you can prepare yourself in advance. You can tell a comforting dialogue to your inner child that it's okay. Just that is beyond your control. Just stay calm and wait for the outcome. So you can tell yourself something really good which will help you to stay calm for that waiting period. Next is focus on what you can control. So shift from uncertainty to agency. You can't control weather for your event, but you can book a covered venue. So when you sense it might rain, just go and book the covered venue, because weather is really out of your control. So do what is in your control and leave the worry about which is beyond your control. Next is embrace good enough decisions. Choose reasonably, not perfectly, because perfection is an illusion. When you look for the perfection, you feel more anxious. For example, pick a restaurant in 2 minutes instead of searching for the best one for an hour. If you spend too much time on searching or making decision about something, you feel literally very, very anxious. So might be you have some underlying fears like fear of being criticized by others or fear of making wrong choices. And that's why you feel a very strong urge to take the perfect decision. And when you try to make something perfect, which is impossible, then you feel lots of anxiety and you feel unable to bear the uncertainty. Next is mindfulness for the present moment. So notice your surrounding instead of ruminating on the future. When you catch yourself ruminating about the future, just ground yourself. Look for the 5 things you can see, hear the 5 sounds, and touch the 3 things, smell the 2 things, taste 1 thing. This way you can ground yourself, or just focus on your breathing. Just focus onto something which is near to your senses. For example, while waiting for the results, focus on your breath or sounds in the room. Next technique is practice cognitive diffusion, because sometimes we equate thoughts is equal to action. So diffusion is really needed. So see thoughts as passing clouds, not absolute truths. For example, when your mind says, I can't handle this uncertainty, respond, this is just a thought, not a fact. So you are making a distance from your thought. I have already made a video on the cognitive diffusion. I explained 20 techniques of cognitive diffusion. So if you haven't watched that video yet, go and watch it. Next is learn from past uncertainties. Past is a great teacher, right? So reflect on the past times uncertainty resolved naturally. So whatever you thought that time, nothing came true. Your mind just magnified also in the past, but the reality was absolutely different. So you can learn from the past. For example, you once worried about job security, but you adopted proof you can handle ambiguity. So that way you can also learn from the past experiences and you can train yourself. You can train yourself to go with the flow. Next is use humor. Humor lightens the seriousness of uncertainty. For example, when you overthink, say humorously, aha, my brain is auditing for a disaster movie again. Because mind always look for the worst case scenarios. And when you say it humorously, so you lighten the seriousness of uncertainty and say, I'm not interested in this kind of movie. So this way you can handle the uncertainty. Next is build flexible routines. Keep daily anchors like sleep, meals, work, but allow variations. Same morning routine, but walk a new route. Train your brain to adapt to unpredictability. So you can add the little variations in the same routine because it's not practically possible to change the routine every day. So in the same routine, just make little changes. Be flexible. For example, you going for a walk, taking a new route, trying some new dish, or wearing a different style clothes, sleeping onto another bed. So these kind of small flexibility actions will train your brain to bear the uncertainty. Next is visualize calm uncertainty. This visualization method that imagine standing in a fog, unsure but safe. So just in your imagination, see yourself that there is lots of fog, you are standing, you are feeling unsure. You can't see anything clearly, but you are feeling safe. So picture yourself walking calmly through a mist, trusting the path will appear step by step. You're simply taking one step ahead with this belief that as I move forward, I will see everything clearly, because as I am taking a step further, so I am getting a clarity about few feats. So this way you can train your brain to bear the ambiguity where something is unclear and there is no way to know the outcome. That's beyond your control. Now, the next one is practice letting go ritual. Symbolically release control. So, like write down your worry, fold the paper, drop it in a trust jar. You can make a jar like and label it, this is my trust jar, telling yourself, I choose peace over certainty. So, just tell yourself, I choose peace over uncertainty. This way, symbolically, also you can train your brain to face the uncertainty. My dear ones, life is really uncertain for everyone. Some people are really okay, and those are okay. They enjoy the life. They just go with the flow. They don't worry. They just embrace everything, whatever comes in the way. But those are intolerant. They keep suffering in life. They keep overthinking, they make worry chain, feel anxious, get stuck into the what if thinking loop, and overplan and just feel paralyzed. And also you can get stuck into the obsession loop where unnecessary something is repeating in your mind, you're feeling lots of anxiety and you are just like doing some safety behaviors or avoiding something or seeking reassurance. So there is no point of getting stuck into this kind of loop. Just train yourself through the small day-to-day activities. Train your brain to bear the uncertainty, because through small daily routine activities, when you train your brain and you prepare your brain to face the uncertainty, you really win the race. And like once your brain is trained, then it really works well for you. It serves you. It doesn't work against you. But when you train your brain not to be okay with the uncertainty, then it start working against you. It start it starts giving you uncertain suggestions. It starts creating the worst case scenarios and you feel really fearful. So the underlying fear you need to catch, what you are really fearing about. So through these techniques you can train your brain to face the uncertainty. Now, this is the bonus of a mission. I can live peacefully without knowing everything. Just sit comfortably, close your eyes, take few deep breaths, inhale, exhale, relax, and repeat this affirmation. And also, this life unfolds in its own time, and I'm safe in the not knowing. I don't know, and even I'm not interested in knowing. I'm okay because life will unfold itself when the real time will come. And I'm okay, I'm in flow state, I'm surrendering. Just say something which gives you comfort, which trains your brain to bear the uncertainty. So, this way, you will ground yourself, you will not feel anxious, you will be into that zone where you just surrender and embrace everything. So, my dear ones, these were the 20 amazing techniques. I hope you really learned them well. Now it's time to implement them. It's time to train your brain to bear the uncertainty. Now, please do share this video with others. And if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please do so. It means a lot to me. Like this video and leave a beautiful comment for me. I will see you in the next video. Take care, my dear ones.